Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, everyone. I'm Liz Grissett Daniels, and I'm popping in again. We're calling this 3.0. I've been popping in for the last 3 days. This will be the third day, just to give out some wisdom and some tidbits on blended family relationships. And if you guys would go back and look on the previous post, then you can, lives, then you can see what we've been talking about. We're talking about a blended relationship. So what is a blended relationship? A blended relationship is anytime you're dating or you engaged or you in the courtship process and you have kids. Kids are involved. Either you have kids as a female, or the male has kids as the man has kids or children. So that constitutes as a blended relationship. So anytime you're thinking about getting serious about marriage, it's some things that you need to think about, some things that you need to consider, some things that you need to put in place, things that are foundational. We talked about building a foundation on yesterday. And we referenced the three little pigs. You know, the three little pigs, one built their house on straw or hay, and one built their house on wood, and then the other on brick. Brick is a more solid foundation. And so when you're in your courtship or dating stage, you want to ask the right questions, see how this relationship is going. First of all, it's a lot of questions, a lot of things you need to consider, a lot of things that you need to talk about to see if you're going to be a good mate, if you're going to be a good match, or if you're going to be able to take that relationship to the next level. And I was actually talking with someone today, and we were talking about, and they've been listening to the lives this week, and they were telling me that, hi Tamika, they were telling me that it was really thought-provoking, the things that I was saying and things that that I discussed and talked about this week, because they said that this person that I was talking to said that they didn't want to date anybody that had kids. They didn't want to date anybody that have kids. And so, you know what I tell people? That's perfectly fine. If you don't want to date anybody that has kids, that's your prerogative. That's your right. That's your option. But know that you're narrowing your dating, you're narrowing the as I want to say, you're narrowing the your prospects, because a lot of people do have kids. Some people have been married before, and so they have children from previous marriages, or sometimes people have have kids outside of wedlock, and they just have kids, and nothing particularly wrong with that. But those are things that you need to consider if you don't want to step in the role of a mother or a father. If you don't have children and someone else does, then those are really, really things that you need to discuss, talk about, pray about, because whether the child has the biological mother or father is in the child's life, if you take this blended relationship to the next level, or as getting married, you step in the role of a father or a mother, whether you want to or not, whether you think you are or not. You really are, or you should. I should say it this way: you should. You should love the mom or the woman, or you should love the man enough to love a part of what's them. So how can you really love a person if you don't love what's a part of them? So those are things that you need to consider. Like I said, there's no right or wrong, but things that you need to consider before taking that next step, because a lot of times that's what causes a lot of conflict, a lot of turmoil, a lot of confusion, a lot of drama in a family, in a blended family, because we're not on the same page. I was thinking one thing, you were thinking another thing. And we never really discussed it, because sometimes people don't really discuss things that they need to discuss. It don't even cross their mind. I can't tell you how many times that myself and my husband, we have counseled people, premarital counseling, or people that's dating, and they say, oh, we talked about everything. And like, okay, did you talk about this? Did you talk about that? Did you consider this? Did you consider that? No, we didn't talk about that. No, we didn't consider that. It's a lot of things you need to consider, a lot of things you need to talk about. Please, you guys, share this, and those that's going to watch the replay, share this with someone you know that's dating, that has children, or maybe they're dating someone that has a child or children. Just dropping some nuggets, some tidbits, some wisdom, some insight on some things that they need to discuss, some things they need to talk about, some things they need to consider, some things that they need to put in place in the beginning stages of the relationship, or pick it up where you're at now. You just pick up where you're at right now, and you implement that into your relationship. And so it's hi Larry, how you doing? I'm on the live, AJ. I'm on the live. So please share this with someone that you may know. If you have a question, submit a question. We're talking about blended relationships. People that's dating, people that's engaged, people that's considered marriage, and they have children or they have a child, and some things that they need to put in place before they get married, because it is imperative. It is very, very important, because that's gonna, how you start a thing off is how it's how it's gonna be. It's very hard to drive a car if you only have 3 wheels. It's very hard. It's almost impossible. You can bump, and you're not gonna get very far. But you got the 4 wheels, and you're gonna be able to travel. You're gonna be able to move really, really good. Someone saying, what if someone has had a child out of wedlock and they don't really have a close relationship with him or her? Well, that's going to be a problem. That's really going to be a problem if you don't have a good relationship with the child. That's really going to be a problem, because first of all, we need to find out why. What's the reason why? What has the child done to you? And sometimes it's a lot of things. It's a lot of things that come in place. Maybe the child has preconceived ideals that you're coming in and you're taking their mom away from them, or you're taking their dad away from them, and so they don't like that. They're not going to like you just for that reason. And so, you just have to, can't force things. You just got to let it evolve. You have to let your relationships evolve. You can't force it. Be nice, be sweet, be kind, show love, show concern, and eventually love will melt the heart. Love will melt the heart. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to melt the heart. And so, yeah, don't try to force feed people, meaning don't try too hard. Don't be pushy. Don't be, hi there, how you doing, Mr. Larry? Don't be pushy. Don't be over assertive, aggressive, just trying to win them over. Just let it be organic. Let it be organic. That's good. Find a common ground. That's a good one too. Find a common ground. You can find a common ground. Maybe the child, maybe they don't want to go fishing. Try something different that maybe the child has never done. Sometimes you can win them over like that and say, let's go fishing. Let's go play basketball. Find out what the child like. Don't assume and be overbearing, but find out what the child like. Maybe they want to sit down and watch cartoons. Sit down and watch cartoons with them, and just let the relationship evolve naturally, and not try to be too pushy, and not to be too assertive. And let them know how you feel about their mom or their dad. You know, you let them know, hey, I love your mom, I love your dad. You know, I can't take your place because you already have a place. You already have a place, and I can't take it. So you just have to make them feel comfortable, make them feel loved, make them feel, you know, they're a part. And that's the whole thing, you know, when you're in a blended relationship, and eventually if things go well, you'll be in a blended family. And that's the one thing that you have to consider, you know, consider everybody. Consider everybody's feelings, consider everybody's emotions, their likes, their dislikes, all those things that needs to be in place when you're in a relationship. Y'all make sure y'all share this live out with someone that's dating, someone that's getting married, that has kids, or somebody in a courtship or relationship. Because what happened, I know when I was dating, I've been married now 36 plus years. And I didn't have anybody that, I knew people, but nobody was really talking about it that I knew of. I didn't know of any books to read or anything to help. I went to the Almighty God, and He just downpoured and gave me some wisdom and gave me some insight. And that's how I was able to implement it into our relationship, into our family. And it's not that we have a perfect family, but we were able to blend. And it takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen overnight. But it's some things that you can do before marriage that can help it run smoother and run more efficient, you know, because you need strategies. You need a plan. You need a plan. And a plan only works if you work the plan. And that's with anything. That's in life. That's with a traditional family. Your individual goals, whatever. A plan only works if you work the plan. And sometimes you may have to tweak the plan. Sometimes the plan is not going like you thought it would go, or you know, your anticipation. And so you just have to go in there and tweak it a little bit. You got to fine tune it a little bit, okay? We tried this for a while and that's not working, so let's try something else. Let's do something else. And you have to do that. And you have to do that in life. You're going to always have to do that, because you don't know what works until you try it. You don't know what don't work until you try it. And so that's what we have to do. That's what we have to do. So thank you guys for coming on tonight. I don't want to be very long. Just want to give you some tidbits. Pop in every day and just give you some tools, give you some tidbits, give you some insight, give you some foresight on things that you need to be considering and things that you need to be thinking about, those kind of things. So just keep following us. Please share. Share it out. People that you know that need this information. It's you know, it's a saying that it says hindsight is 20/20. Sometimes you find out things later on that you wish you had known before. Well, I'm trying to give you that insight before. Trying to give you some insight, give you some wisdom, give you some somebody that's been there, that's done that got the t-shirt. Thank you for coming on. Please share. Have an awesome night. And I'll see you tomorrow night. Or tomorrow day. I'm not sure if it's going to be tomorrow day or tomorrow night, but I'm going to pop back in. I'm going to keep popping back in and just giving out some little tidbits and some wisdoms. Okay, take care and have an awesome night. Love you guys.